following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man in my thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your wanna be Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Star's.
Hey ho, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We got a great show for you today. It's going to be a lot of fun. Before we get started, let's introduce my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell. Come on, wake up. Let's go.
Where am I? What am I doing?
Yeah.
What year is it?
Hey, Astro.
Hi, everybody. I'm napping.
Astro's licking you.
I am very tired because last night I was up very late watching a very interesting documentary about the 25 hustlers in Hollywood. And they were Rock Hudson, Tab Hunter, Rory Calhoun. I mean, the names are phenomenal. Astro, stop licking, huh? Here, come on. You want to come on? Thank you. Stop. Anyway, the most famous Hollywood stars, the most beautiful men that were in Hollywood, all belonged to the stable of this guy called Wilson. And Wilson was a big fag. And he was making these guys, go to parties and for sexual favors. And otherwise, they weren't going to have a career. He would destroy their career. And if you wanted to become a star, you had to go to bed with him. Rock Hudson did, Tab Hunter did, Tony Perkins did. I mean, the list is just phenomenal. It's a very interesting documentary. I don't know where you'd find it. I found it on YouTube. And it was so I was up late. Anyway, I knew all these guys were gay, but I mean, hustling to pay rent when they were poor and starting off in the business for food. Sad. I never knew that Tab Hunter. I know Tab Hunter, got blowjobs in the movie theater when he was a teenager, that he wrote in his book. But I never knew that he was a hustler before he became a famous actor. Anyway, I still love him. Doesn't make a difference.
Nah, people do what they got to do.
I love what the women do. The women, Marilyn Monroe banged all in Hollywood. I don't think she missed a dick in Hollywood. No, really. I mean, she was just, or a woman. She was with women as well as men. So back in those days, Hollywood was perverted and very, very open. And I don't know.
Now it's all pedophiles, so it changed.
Well, I mean, when I was a young guy, I got hit on, but never for a career.
Too bad.
No, I never. You know what it was? I played stupid. When they hit on me, I made like I didn't get it. You know what I mean? And after a while, they gave up. But I was propositioned plenty when I was 18, 19 years old. Come on, 19, I looked 15. And those, fruits, those old queens, the Hawks, they like chicken.
The Hawks.
The Hawks like chicken. And I was chicken. Bok, 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 bok.
So I want to thank everybody for hitting Jimmy Star's World. Stefan Daniel Bell, he's in the chat room. He has made the site with me. It's about 10 or 15 years old, but now after 15 years, it's taking off. We had 700,000 views in a week. And so we appreciate everybody supporting it. And if you go there, you can also click the links to see our vertical series, Mothman, Red Eyes Rising, and our regular series, The Nightcrawler. So we want to thank everybody for hitting it. We want to say hey to Stefan and Lady Lake in the chat room. They're both doing lots to help promote all the different projects that we're working on. So I want to thank them. You can hear the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. We're on Libsyn, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. Those are the most common ones. There's about 160 other ones, but those are the ones everybody knows. We have a fun show today. We have special effects makeup artist Robert Kern III coming on today. I'm also a third. My legal name is Bradley James Stewart III, so I'm a third. And we have Ray Starr, the rock star psychic, who was on about 2 months ago, but we had some technology problems. So we're bringing him back because we only got to talk to him for a few minutes.
I'm Ronald the First.
You're Ronald the First?
And the first is better than the third.
That's okay. I don't care. It's
Because
just a name.
I am who I am. What song is that?
I am who I am.
Right.
I don't know what that's from.
That was from Lacage.
Okay, La Cacha Fall. Okay, I love it. So anyway, it should be a lot of fun today. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's see. What are we going to talk about for a couple of minutes? We have a couple of minutes till our first
We
guest
could
comes
talk
on.
about my favorite subject.
You.
Me.
We could talk about how we went to Lake Havasu.
Oh my God.
We went to Lake Havasu, Arizona on Saturday, thinking it would be like a beautiful resort town.
I am so disappointed in Havasu, and I'm so angry with Havasu. It's a beautiful lake, long, very big lake,
Huge.
surrounded by industry, car dealers and garages and factories. Instead of having beautiful cabanas on the lake, they have factories all surrounding the lake in Havasu. I was so disappointed. London Bridge was squeezed in somewhere. You couldn't even see it. And then we went downstairs underneath the bridge where there's supposed to be a promenade for lunch. Everything was shut down, out of business. So I think Havasu's in trouble financially, and it's not the best place to live. I mean, I would never live there, not in a million years. But I mean, it's just
No, it was terrible. We were very disappointed.
very disappointed in it because it was industry all over. One more garage, I was going to scream. I mean, every other block is a garage to repair your car. And the houses were not pretty. They were weird looking.
Everything in the whole place was ugly. I mean, it was very busy, lots of tourists there and everything, but it wasn't like a pretty tourist town. You would think there would be like resorts and big beaches
Yeah, you know,
and
things,
you know,
like-
boardwalks full of
Yeah.
nice restaurants and stuff,
right,
but it was
exact-
like a dump.
nothing.
It was
You
a
can't
dump,
walk around the lake because the factories are there.
and it's a
And
dump.
all of the industry is there, so you cannot go down to the lake. Every now and then they had a little space where you could go down, but no, it was just not. I was in Lake Havasu about 40, 50 years ago, driving to California way back in the 80s or 70s. And Havasu was just a few houses. And I thought it was very pretty because back then it wasn't built up. It was still rural. You know, you could go to the lake. Anyway, man has destroyed nature. The windmills where we live are disgusting. There are so many now. The beauty of the desert is gone. So man destroys nature for greed. Okay? All that electric they manufacture here in the Coachella Valley goes to Las Vegas, not even to us. So that's not fair. So I'm told.
Yeah, it goes to Las Vegas. So
But man has got to stop ruining nature. Leave some nature for us. That's why we love Pennsylvania and Long Island, because Long Island now is getting crowded and crappy as well. It's getting too many houses. There's no more room for greenery. But Pennsylvania is very green and has forests and lakes and little mountains. It's a beautiful state. Right now, Pennsylvania is one of the most beautiful states on
absolutely.
the East Coast.
Anyway, we're
And
not going to
Florida's
Lake
beautiful
Havasu,
too, but Florida's all concrete. You know, concrete stores, restaurants.
and we won't be going to Lake Havasu again.
No, never. Why on earth would we? You know,
I went to an action figure store there, you guys, and I follow them on Instagram and Facebook. And on Instagram, they have these beautiful pictures and everything is like wonderful. And then I went to the store and I was like, wow, they take really good pictures because this is like a dump.
You know, don't knock a guy's business. But I said next time we're going to go to Sedona, where I've been, and Sedona is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful places in the United States. It's in Arizona, Sedona, Arizona, multicolored. It's pink and orange and blue, and very, very mystical, because there are certain rocks, if you lay on, you can actually heal yourself. Indians did, and they passed it on to the white man, and we do it now too. So next venture out before we move will be Sedona, Arizona.
That's right. We couldn't do it all on Saturday. It was too long of a trip because
No,
it
it's a
was like
3-hour.
it was like an extra 4 hours. So it would have been 8 hours, 8 hours longer driving. It was too much.
Right. But
Um,
it's worth it. I love Sedona. Jane Russell used to live in Sedona. She owned 2 houses there. She moved there and got bored to death and said, that's why I said, how come you left? She said, because it was boring. There was nothing to do there. So she moved back to California. Jane Russell liked action. She's a Gemini. So she's like I am. I'm a Gemini. We like action. We like things happening. We can't live in a sleepy town of nothing. You know, where all you do is yawn. No.
So you ready to bring on our first guest?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do it. Let's bring on Robert.
Hello,
Hey, Robert, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Good. Okay,
Very
good.
well,
We can
thank
actually
you.
see you well. You look great. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, incredibly accomplished special effects makeup artist, production designer, filmmaker, Robert Kern III. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hi guys. Thanks for having me.
You
This is
look
exciting.
15 years old. You look like you're 15 years old.
I'm a lot older than I look, but I appreciate it.
I actually have the
You're
glasses
very
just
young.
like that.
They don't do it for you, honey.
Oh, I'm old. Well, then I don't have my glasses like that on right now. I have my other ones on, but he's got his on. So this is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Ron Russell.
Nice to know you.
Hi Ron. Sorry to hear about your Arizona trip.
Yeah, it was
About
sucky.
what?
Our Arizona trip.
Have you ever been to Havasu?
No, I haven't. I don't think I'm going to go now.
No, seriously.
It sucked.
Seriously, it's not a happy town. It's
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Have you guys ever done? Have you ever done the ghost town Jerome in Arizona?
No,
Yeah, I've been.
I haven't.
Yeah, I
Oh
was
yeah,
many times. I was there.
it's very cool, very spooky there.
I like spooky. Spooky.
Oh,
works.
you guys should do that. There's a old hospital that shut down in the 50s that they converted to a hotel that's very, very haunted that you can stay at there. It's great.
We actually many years ago when we lived in Pennsylvania, we went to New York to an abandoned insane asylum, and it was abandoned. And climbed in the second
Kings
window.
Park.
Kings Park Insane Asylum, and we went with a medium, a journalist, a pop star, and we videotaped the whole thing and put it together. We got like 300,000 views on YouTube, and but we had a blast doing it, and it was so
The
much
best
fun.
fun was Jimmy's partner, Eileen Shapiro, has a pair of tits like you've never seen in your life. I mean, she's almost like a freak. Like, you know, she's out of proportion. They're one is like this and one is, I mean, they're gigantic, huge. And we all had to hop over a barbed wire fence. And we all did it well. But when Eileen went up to the top, she threw her tits over the fence and got caught. And there she was hanging from her tits. Well, I peed myself. I couldn't stop laughing. She's screaming, "Ron, help me." I couldn't help her because I was just out of control from
It
laughter.
was so much
And
fun.
the poor thing was hanging there from her knockers.
We actually turned it
So
into
wait
a comic
minute,
book.
Wait a minute. They made a comic book about it, and they showed Eileen hooked on the fence by her knockers.
Oh my God. Yeah, it sounds like one of my movies.
Oh,
So
it
actually,
was fun. It was a fun day, though. I mean, really enjoyed it.
I actually, so one of the reasons why I
No,
invited,
wait,
oh,
I had Ricky Rebel was with us, and we both had to pee. So I said, I don't care, I'm going to pee right here. And I began to pee, and Ricky began to pee, and there was a hole in the wall. And I said, look, they even have a glory hole here. And then we started to laugh, so we were peeing.
Oh
on
my
each
God.
other.
Now that definitely sounds like one of my movies.
actually though, the reason I invited you, we're very, very good friends with Marcel Waltz.
Love him.
Oh,
And
wow.
Sarah French and Joe
Love
Netter
him
and all
to
those
death.
people, and that we were actually at the Brute 1976 screening. I don't know if you were there when they did it a long time ago.
Of course I was there.
So
Yes,
we
that's
didn't meet-
fantastic.
We didn't meet you, but we go to all Marcel's screenings, and I thought, oh, we can help promote Marcel's movies. We didn't see Brute 1986 yet, but he met you for. So how did you get involved with working with Marcel on Brute 1976?
That was interesting. I've known Sarah French for years and years.
And years.
Yes, and we've worked together. I've been slinging blood and latex for a long time now, but I met her very early on in my career. I did some time in Minnesota once upon a time. I did a couple of films there, and I was on a set one time. Yeah, and I heard somebody say the word oofda. I was on set and I heard oofda, and I turned around and I said, "Hey, who's from Minnesota? I know that word, and there's only one place I hear that word." And it was Sarah French. So we instantly became friends. And then years go by, and they're doing a movie called Garden of Eden.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, they brought me in to just do one kill. I remember they were having some problems with there was like a pen in the neck or a pen in the head or something like that. And the pen was very heavy and it was drooping down. So I was brought in just to do that one little thing on the movie. And I saw Sarah again, who was there, and she introduced me to Joe and Marcel, and that went really well. Yeah, we were at
fantastic. We were at the Garden of Eden premiere too. It was super intense. That was really intense.
It was a very intense movie. But so just the little pen part is me, and yeah, we just hit it off. And I think that day they told me, "Hey, listen, we've got this thing cooking called Brute 1976." And we'd love to consider you joining us on that. And I sent over some kills I had done recently in some films, and I guess the rest is history. I was brought on for Brute, and we've never looked back.
I love it. I love Brute 1976. I met Sarah like 20 years ago, literally when nobody knew who she was, and she's super great, and she's really turned into quite an actress.
And she's great in Brute. I love her in Brute.
Story. I have a little Sarah French story.
Okay.
We're going in to see Blind, Marcel's film. And I said, Sarah is starring in it. And Sarah is not a good actress. All she is tits and ass. Every movie you see her in, she's in tits and ass. I don't think she's going to be able to pull off this movie. About 20 minutes into the movie, I turned to Jimmy. I said, oh, my God, she's fabulous. She did such a brilliant job with Blind because she didn't act, and she didn't act like screamy. She acted like a woman who really was terrified by an intruder. So Sarah, I had to tell Sarah that. I said, Sarah,
he tells her all the time.
I said, I tell her all the time, your tits and ass days are over. Don't do it anymore because you're a fine actress.
Yeah, and I think she's fantastic in Brute 76.
She's a very dear friend, and I love her to death.
So you guys you saw the uncut version of Brute then. You saw the real deal in the theater. That's great.
Yes, we saw the uncut version. I've also seen, I've seen two versions of it. So I guess the other one is the cut version.
There's a censored version out there.
1976. That one doesn't show like dicks getting probably things done to them.
Right. There's a very infamous now glory hole scene in Brute 1976 that we did. And there's a version out there that blurs the whole thing out, which some people get very upset about. I don't. I think it's great. I think it's a badge of honor. They tell me that Amazon has it blurred, which blows my mind. Amazon made The Boys, and The Boys is like the most graphic show of all time.
Yes, it's the most violent show that you could ever watch.
You've got people shrinking down to this big, and they're jumping inside penises, and it's it's like, you censored me. I can't show my glory hole scene. But no, I think it's very funny, and I think they tried to market it that way a little bit. The uncut version is definitely the one to see. And Vinegar Syndrome, I think, put out a beautiful hard copy of it recently too. So more and more people are discovering, and I get messages all the time about that scene. I think it's great.
So you guys, Brute 1976, it's out now. Marcel Walsh directed it. Joe Netter wrote it. Stars Sarah French, Gigi Gustin, who's becoming a really big star in the horror world. Jed
Yeah.
Rowan, who also is the pretty boy in Blind, you guys. Robert Felstead Jr., which I just saw a commercial with him in it. And Adam Bucci, who we had on the show not too long ago. It's a really cool.
I love Adam so much.
Yeah, Adam is great. So I actually, we're going to play the trailer so people can kind of see it. So we're going to play the one that says Brute 1976. So you introduce the trailer for us and then hang on. So that way people can kind of get an idea what it is. You guys, this is available for streaming all over the place. But you introduce it for us and then hang on.
Sure. So this is the trailer you guys are going to see for Brute 1976. It takes place in the 70s. It's our fun little a tribute to Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Hills Have Eyes. My name is Robert. I was head of special makeup effects on the film. I designed all of the killer's masks that you're going to see and did all of the crazy fake blood and guts that you're going to see in this film. And I hope you guys enjoy.
You know where you are, right? This place's nickname is Death.
Let's begin.
All aboard for your one-way trip to hell.
No one ever comes out this way anymore. 100 years ago, this was one of the most brutal places in America.
Did you hear that?
The worst of the worst showed up here. Murder. That was the way of life.
One of us is definitely getting murdered here.
Anybody down there?
Be quiet. They'll hear you.
Is that a chainsaw?
We need to get out of here. Why are you doing this?
Why does anyone do anything? What do you believe?
I love it. I enjoyed the movie so much. I'm a big Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan. We've had everybody who's played Texas Chainsaw Massacre on the show.
We saw this about 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was about 2 years
About
ago.
2 years ago.
But it came out a year ago. And I love the big guy with the mask, the really big guy. He was at the premiere and he was really cool.
Yeah.
I forgot his name and I don't know. So you did
Bishop.
Brute 1986 too. So Brute 1986, when's that one coming out?
Yeah, we kind of shot the sequel, I guess, a little bit in secret. We almost shot them back to back. And Brute 1986, there's a 10-year jump, so it takes place in the 80s. That should be coming out very soon. I can't say too much about it, but there's going to be a big announcement soon about the premiere. And I think by October, you guys should be able to see that one.
I can't wait.
Now, why can't you tell us more about it?
They haven't made official announcements yet. The premiere and how it's going to be opening and whether it's going to theaters. So we're still a little bit sworn to secrecy on that, but it's going to be big.
Is you have nothing to tell us.
You guys are getting more out of me than I thought, but that's okay.
Well, Marcel will tell us and let us know when it's ready.
Yeah.
Anyway, we see it. We talk to him all the time.
Is Dominic in town?
Oh, I don't know about Dominic. Are you going to Marcel's premiere Wednesday? He has got a premiere next Wednesday.
I'm working on a slasher film right now. So if I have the time, I'd love to. I've got a few projects coming out this year that I think you guys are going to really like. So it's a good time to be a horror fan.
Absolutely. So I have a question about that. So because you've done a little bit of all kinds of movies, some of them, I guess what I really wanted to know is like, how did you actually get involved? Have you always been a horror movie fan? Because what you do is very difficult, and I know all the special effects guys, and like most of them, I don't like or they suck. But we've had some really good ones on our show. I have Robert Kurtzman coming on next week. So I've had some really good ones come on, and you're a good one because I've seen majority of the movies that you've done.
And you're not crazy.
And we're friends with a lot of the people that are in the films that you have done, which we'll talk about in a minute. But like, have you always been a horror movie fan, and how did you decide this is what you were going to do?
I think I have. Well, I don't know if you want to say fan, but when I was very, very young, I was very, very scared of horror films. I saw An American Werewolf in London when I was 4 years old. I saw the original Nightmare on Elm Street not too long after that. And yes,
wait a minute. Wait a minute. You saw. Oh my! You were 4 years old.
I was 4 years old at the drive-in the very first time I saw.
I mean, I was about 100 when I saw that movie.
No, stop.
He's 86. He's 86.
I was not 4 years old.
You're not 86. You look fantastic.
Yeah, 86.
I could have seen you in a baby carriage.
That's what we saw it at a drive-in. I don't think the drive-in is there anymore. We saw it in New Hampshire, at Lake Winnipesaukee in New England, and that's what the very first time I saw a horror film. I was 4 years old. It scared the crap out of me, and no problem with it when I was young. But so the reason I think the reason I do what I do today is because the only way I could get over that fear was to learn as much as I could about these films. And once I figured out how they did the gags, and in A Nightmare on Elm Street, the actor playing Freddy Krueger, his name is Robert, my name is Robert, that's not so scary. The more I learned, the less I was afraid. And I think that's what led me to do what I do today.
You know that they're redoing it now. They're looking for who's going to be the next Freddy Krueger, because Robert.
I heard about that.
Do it.
But now with the AI, it's going to be really something special.
You never know.
It's
So I have a question.
Totally outrageous. Yeah, what do you think about that? That AI is going to take away from your talent because
No,
they
it's
don't
not.
need your talent anymore. They can do it now through equipment.
I'm not opposed to AI. I think a lot of people expect me to say that I'm against it, and I'm not. I hate writing emails. I hate responding to people and reading contracts. So if it can take some of that off my plate, that's fantastic. But what I do think is going to happen once AI fully takes over is it's going to become so hard for people to tell what's AI and what's not, that those of us who do these things practically and can prove that we're doing it practically and without AI, I think that's going to be the next big thing, if that makes sense. I mean, I saw an ad the other. Go ahead.
I think it's all about money.
I don't think practical effects are ever going to go away. I think that you're going to maybe use AI for bigger things that need to be like
Jimmy,
car crashes and explosions, but not for making the monsters monsters.
No, if they can cut the cost.
They would cut the
Sure,
cost.
but that's like saying that records are going to go away, vinyl's going to go away. It hasn't.
It never goes away.
No,
record sales are through the roof last year, the biggest they've been in decades. So I think there's going to be a swing, because when you go on Instagram, because when you're online, everything's going to be AI. Those of us that are still doing it the practical way, I think that's going to be where the business is. There will be people craving that.
Because it's all, I know the business, it's all about money. If they could save money on a production, they'll do it.
But you can't save money on that stuff.
AI, listen, when I was on the Big Friggin' Rat, they built a Volkswagen-sized rat, and it cost a lot of money. They could have done that with AI.
No, they couldn't have.
Yes, they could.
He doesn't really know anything about AI. He's just learning. I do. Like, I have two TV series.
That's okay. I don't know anything about it either. I just think that there's always going to be a market for what I do.
I hope so. I hope so.
The new thing is if you can prove it. That's what people want to see. They want to see the thing, and then right next to what you made, they want to see you making it. And I tell people that all the time when they're on a set with me. It's like, don't shoot the thing. The camera's going to get that. Don't get the scene. Get behind the scenes. Get us making the thing, because that's going to be the ticket coming up. I saw an ad the other day for, I think it was Kraft macaroni and cheese, and they had cut a Kraft box open and made all these and made it look like the film The Backrooms. And the camera was showing inside the box of macaroni and cheese. So that was the ad, and it could have been done with AI. and then you swipe, and the very next slide is behind the scenes and how they did it, and it's the box, and it's on top, and they're showing the lights, and they're showing that, listen, we actually made this thing. And that whole ad went viral. I never thought I'd see that in my lifetime. They're showing you how they did the commercial in the commercial because they want you to know we made this practically. I think that's very special.
Oh,
Wait,
absolutely.
you have to see the film that Jimmy made, all AI, and it's the Red Demon. what
Oh,
is-
Mothman, Red Eyes Rising. I have a vertical series I just
Yeah.
watched.
Oh, I'd love to check it out.
He made Handsome Men, because he's gay, of course, and the red thing was incredible. The dragon, the monster,
Mothman.
whatever it is. Now, if you had to build that monster, you would have to charge thousands of dollars.
Okay, so
But wait, he did all of this for free. Didn't cost one penny. He made a
Mhm.
movie on Vertigo.
not a movie, it's a series.
A
So it's
series
an
for
episode.
free.
Yeah, and I'm not
Everybody
saying
jump-
I'm not saying
everybody
there's not a
jumping.
market for that. I'm
I'm
just saying I
actually-
think there's room
No,
for
no,
both.
you are right. I'm using that because I want somebody to pay me to actually make a real movie. I want to make a movie, Mothman, Red Eyes Rising. But you know what? You don't have money to make it. You got to get people interested. I got
You don't need people.
wait. I got 1.5 million views in 2 weeks on the first 2 episodes.
Oh,
I have
that's
another
awesome.
one I released on Monday, a different one, and they're not good. They're not terrible, but I'm learning. So, but I'm just putting stuff out there as I learn because that's the way to do it. But I want to. I do all kinds of teaser trailers and things with it because I want someone to finance me and say they say this is really good, and I say, well, I want to make a practical, actual movie that we will use AI to blow stuff up, but I want to use real actors. I want to use a real Mothman.
Yeah,
but
but you're
and
never
do all
going to
of
get
that.
an actor as cute as the actor you have. in
I
that.
can't help it. My actors are very good looking.
Oh, he really is gorgeous.
Well, when you
what?
get financing and you want to make a practical monster, you give me a call. How about
I
that?
am.
No,
I have a
the
movie.
the men in his movie are like masturbation fantasy.
So with clothes.
They don't exist.
I have a movie called Bunny Man, The Legend of Bunny Man, that I'm hoping is going to be financed soon, and it's
Oh
already.
wow!
I already have action figures, and we've made a bunch of promos for it. I got 1.7 million views in social media, and we've already made coffee and candles and action figures and stuffed animals. I have everything already made for it because it's going to be it's going to compete with Art the Clown, but better because it's actually got a story. And
How
so I
cool is
think
that?
It's going to be cool. So so
Yeah.
I have a question then. Were you more inspired?
I'm like you are, but I'm afraid because I like working and I don't want to be not working because they could use my image or
Yeah.
anybody's image.
No, I understand that.
This AI shit. I wish it wasn't here. We don't need it because there's a thing called art. And when I'm in the business 65 years.
Mhm.
So 65 years ago, we didn't go to work for $1 million. We went to work for $1,000. We were interested in the script. We worked as actors. We cared about our project. It wasn't about money and the next house we could buy. Okay. So
Mhm.
I've watched the business turn to shit. I've watched Japan and other countries come into our business and buy it up and manufacture garbage. And now we have AI coming in. It's going to finish us off. I am terrified of it. I hate it. I wish it never was.
I do
Because
understand that.
The old days was called art. A movie was art. Today, if it's AI, it's a cartoon. It's not art anymore.
Well,
I get it, but I think there are those of us out there that are still interested in doing things practically and still making art. I do.
you're going to be doing it. I read so much about it.
What are you going to
Wait.
give an Academy Award to an AI
No, you can't. But
character?
you can't. AI characters can't get an Academy Award.
I know that.
It doesn't matter. The Academy Awards are moving to YouTube in a couple of years, so
Yeah, I know.
none of
Nobody watches.
all of
Right.
that's going away very soon.
So I read everything about all the AI stuff. I have friends that are making like feature films that look better than any $100 million movie. They really look good.
Mhm.
I don't think you're ever going to get rid of practical effects, especially people who can really do it like you do. And I've always been a horror movie fan. My first horror movie that I ever saw by myself was Phantasm. And
Oh,
Phantasm, which was friends with everybody, and Phantom of the Paradise, which you're probably too young to know what that is.
no, I know Phantom of the Paradise, of course.
Great film. So, were you inspired more by horror movies or by like artists like Rick Baker, Stan Winston, Dick Smith, or Tom Savini's a friend of mine? He's been
I
on
knew
the show.
Rick. I knew Rick and I knew Dick. I knew the two of them.
Yeah,
like,
I adore Tom Savini. You know, Splatter King. That's my idol. I got to meet Rick Baker recently, and of course he did the transformation scene, the makeup effects for American Werewolf in London, which changed my life, and I got to tell him
Yes.
so. Yeah, you know, the greatest werewolf transformation ever put on film, as far as I'm concerned. They created the Academy Award. Speaking of the Oscars, for makeup for Rick for that
Yes.
film. So yeah, those are absolutely my inspiration. That's always what I look to when I get these gigs.
I noticed too.
I knew Rick when he was starting off in Universal. That's how many years ago. He was
Wow.
he's my age. Now, he was a young guy who the buzz was at Universal Studios was about this guy, this new guy in town. And everybody was buzzing about him. And he turned out to really be terrific.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah.
So I have a question then. So, because I have the thing about shark movies. I like shark movies a lot. I see all of them, and you've got like 3 of them. Megalodon Rising, Man Eater.
Yeah.
I think there's another one. Oh, the Requin. I don't know how you pronounce
I've
it.
done a bunch. I'm not sure any of them are any good, but I've done a lot of killer shark movies.
So how hard is it to work on? You don't create the shark, because a lot of times, well, I know in Man Eater the shark stuff was, I think it was CGI.
No, Man Eater, there was a shark puppet.
Was it
makeup
really?
effects artist, yeah, named Vincent Guastini built a shark puppet. And,
Yeah, he's been on our show. He's been on our show, Vincent.
And I was hired to go to Hawaii and puppeteer the shark in the ocean. Almost died a couple of times. That's a story for another show. But
I'd be afraid to do that, like, because I don't go in the ocean because I see all the shark movies, and now I'm afraid to go in the ocean. So, like, I don't know if I could go in the ocean and be the puppeteer of the shark while the shark's killing people.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's the one thing that always bothered me about Jaws. It's you know, everybody's so afraid. Like, just don't go in the water. You don't have to go. It's okay.
Right.
Well,
Just don't go. It's not like Nightmare on Elm Street. Listen, he's invading your dreams. You're gonna have to go to sleep eventually, right? To me, that's very scary.
That's different.
Jaws, nobody's forcing you to be there. It's his home. Just stay out.
It's very hot on Long Island, and Long Island is surrounded with water. So
Yes.
you're not going to go in the water. About a month and a half ago, a man was bitten off of Jones's Beach by a great white that came in from Montauk Point, because they're all out in the east.
Mhm.
So what are you going to do? Not go in the water?
I wouldn't.
Yes, don't go in the water.
Don't go in the water. I agree. So
You know
you guys,
what?
the film.
The best shark movie I ever saw was the girl that was on the buoy and couldn't get back to her
Not
boat.
the buoy. She was on the rocks.
No, she was on a buoy, wasn't she?
No, she's stuck in the rock. The one with Blake
It's a gr-
Lively's wife. Blake Lively, the one where she's like stuck out on the reef.
They did.
Yeah, I saw it. It
job
was
with that
surprisingly good. I
shark.
saw that. Yeah.
It was really
The
good.
shark was really done well. That's what was so good about that movie, because the shark was convincing.
So wait, let's plug Man Eater, you guys. Nikki Whelan's in it. Portia Coleman, she's a friend of ours. Kelly Lynn Ryder, Jeff Fahey. I actually enjoyed it, even though, you know, it was a lower budget film, but I like low budget films. I watch a lot of them. So I thought it was really good. And I just recently watched the Requiem. I don't know how you pronounce it, with Alicia Silverstone and James
The
Cover.
Requiem. Yeah, it's French for the shark. It's French for the shark. The Requiem.
Oh, see, I didn't even know what that meant. But that wasn't a bad movie, though. I'm a big, you know, Alicia Silverstone fan from Clueless back in the day, because I was a clothing designer back in the day, and so
Of course,
a big fan of hers in general.
100%. That was the thrill of a lifetime to get to work with Alicia on the Requiem, and to you know, these movies are always a little crazy, but to get to meet these people that you grew up watching, like you said, from Clueless, and Jeff Fahey. Come on, the Lawnmower Man. I got to work with him, and he told the best stories. So that's always a thrill for me.
I know, I love that part. I think too that that's one reason why I started the show. When I originally started the show, it was because we're 18 years old. This show's 18 years old.
Wow.
There was no such thing as a podcast when we started. So everybody coming in, you know, they're copying us because we've been around forever. And I started it for the 80s to bring on all the 80s people.
Yeah.
You know, like our first guests were like Dreamweaver, Gary Wright for music, and Expose, and Malcolm McDowell and Lance Henriksen. Like, we had all these great people right at the beginning.
Oh my
And then
goodness.
we turned it into TV, and Ron came on 14 years ago, and we've just blown up since then. And but I like all these different kinds of movies. One of the movies that I like that you weren't the lead special effects, but it's according to your IMDb, you worked on it, and that's the 2021 Wrong Turn.
Oh, that's right. I was on the newest Wrong Turn. Yes, Wrong Turn, the Foundation, I think they called it.
I like Wrong Turn.
So this is the one that has Matthew Modine, he's been on our show, and the thing that freaked me out is when like the girl's boyfriend or whatever is underground. I think they popped his eyes out and sewed his eyes shut or something. I was like, that is the freakiest thing. Like, that just totally like freaked me out, and I was like, that is done so well. You know, it was done really well because, Wrong Turn, by the time you're into like the 7th or 8th one of them, it gets kind of like old, but I thought they did a really good job with it.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. I adore the first Wrong Turn with Eliza Dushku.
Yes.
And that's why I wanted to do that gig. And I got to, I was very lucky. I got to work on all the masks that the Foundation wore in the film. And it's I'm proud of all of these jobs. I've been very, very fortunate in my career. I get to work on the movies that I actually like to watch, and I think that's the greatest thing in the world.
I don't know. I think so too. You also did a movie, and I didn't watch it, but we had Jamie Kennedy and Lisa Wilcox on our show. Don't Suck with Matt Rife. I think Matt Rife is the funniest comedian like on the planet, and Jamie Kennedy and Lisa Wilcox have both been on our show, and. And Lisa Wilcox has been on our show a couple times. She's the one in Freddy Krueger that gets taken into the bed, right? Like he cuts her up in the middle of the bed, or who is that? I forgot. In the very first,
that's Johnny Depp who gets pulled. Johnny Depp gets pulled into the bed in Nightmare 1. But no, Lisa Wilcox is from. Yes, she's from the later Nightmare on Elm Street. That's right. And she's I love her. She is so sweet. Everybody on that movie was great. It's called Don't Suck. It's about a vampire who wants to become a stand-up comedian. And I loved working with Jamie Kennedy. He was so generous with me. Of course, I'm a huge Scream fan.
Me too.
And,
that's something you have in common with Marcel, because Marcel's a huge Scream fan.
Yeah, I was very lucky. I got to work with the editor of Scream not too long ago, Patrick Lussier, who's a brilliant director. And he again tells the best stories. But yeah, that was a really great experience with Jamie Kennedy. And Matt Rife is a sweetheart. I mean, I know he has a public persona, and people think of him, all different kind of ways. But he was nothing but nice with me. I had to make fake vampire teeth for him. I was working very closely with him every day. It's a nice memory.
He's a great guy. We actually went and saw to a premiere called The Elevator, where he was one of the stars with. I think it was Eric Robertson, Eugenia Kuzmina, and him. And we went to the premiere, and we actually met him. And when we met him, he wasn't the same as he is now, because that was a couple of years ago. And literally, like 6 months after we met him, he's like the biggest thing on the planet. And I was like, good for him. Huge. I'm so happy for him. He's very funny. And he's a good actor too. He's a good actor.
And he loves horror. I mean, he bought the Warrens Museum there. He owns Annabelle now. Like he's big time into horror films.
Oh, that I didn't know. That's cool.
Yeah.
I love that. So here we're gonna play the trailer for Don't Suck too, just because I think it's hilarious.
I didn't know there was a trailer for Don't Suck. I love it.
Suck?
Yeah, Don't Suck.
That's a movie I'd never go see.
You will. Don't suck because you want suck. Anyway, introduce.
Who says don't suck? I don't know anybody that says don't suck.
Introduce it for us. We're gonna watch the trailer and we'll be right back.
Okay, this is a trailer for Don't Suck, a fantastic horror comedy that I was fortunate enough to work on as a special makeup effects artist from a few years back, and stars Jamie Kennedy and Matt Rife and Lisa Wilcox, and one of the funnest times I've ever had on set. Don't Suck.
There you go.
Take a look at the kid that I'm sticking on stage next.
Why would I ever do that?
You've seen people bomb. This kid next levels it.
I am a vampire. I'm neither Team Edward or Team Jacob. I rooted for the sun.
He was so scary, he scared the laughs away.
I saw you in the back.
Oh yeah, I was the guy who laughed.
Thank you for that. You ever needed an opener?
What's up?
I have a commitment for you to open up the brand new Russell Peters special. Pick an opener, or one's going to be appointed for you.
If you take me, I will pay for every expense. What do you say?
All right. Guy has a friggin' coffin.
He's a good guy. You could learn a thing or two.
Like what? How to hang upside down?
I once joined a doomsday cult. By the time I got there, everybody was dead.
Ned, will you quit the vampire routine?
It's not a routine.
I mean, the glowing eyes, contacts, the teeth. It's an odd lifestyle choice, but hey, it's Vegas. But dude, you turned into a bat!
Dude, you're amazing.
Where'd you find this kid?
Only fangs.
Aren't you late for your job at the truck stop glory hole?
Step aside, Twilight. Don't do this.
You killed a guy and drank his blood. That's crazy.
Do you have any idea what it's like to be emotionally dead inside?
Have you met me? I'm a comedian.
Do you want to touch it?
I freaking love it. I think Matt Rife is genius. He's so funny. Jamie Kennedy is a great guy. We had a blast with him. when
That
he
looks
was on
like
our
a very
show.
funny movie.
You guys have had the best guests. That's incredible. You should get Paul Williams to come on from Phantom of the Paradise if you guys love that film.
I have tried it, and he said yes, he would come on, and then he kind of ghosted me after that. But I
Oh
had to
no!
fight him, because he's
If you ever get Paul Williams on, I'm coming back.
okay. If we get him on, we'll bring you back.
You
I
call
love
me.
it.
I love him so much. I'm a big Muppets fan. I love Paul Williams.
I love it. So I have a couple questions just to kind of ask. You did a bunch of movies, so I'll tell everybody. He did a bunch of Puppet Master movies, which we've had tons of people from the Puppet Master movies on. The Evil Bong movies, which honestly I never actually watched those, but I know people like them.
That's okay.
Play Dead with Bailey Madison and Jerry O'Connell. Actually, a good one with a really A-list, 100% A-list cast. Skeletons in the Closet with Terrence Howard, Cuba Gooding Jr., Sally Kirkland, Clifton Powell, Louis Mandalore, Udo Kier. Udo Kier used to live here before he passed away, so we've met him a couple times. And Ron was friends with Sally Kirkland.
I miss Udo very much. Yeah, and Sally was great too.
Was Sally?
Yeah. And then
I knew Sally 100 years ago.
And you did A Blind Bargain, which I've never met Crispin Glover. We almost had him on the show, but Sean Whalen, Jed Rowan, and Galen Howard, they've all been on the show. Megalodon Rising with Tom Sizemore, and rest in peace. He never came on the show, but we did know him. We saw him a lot of places. And Nix.
He was nice. Sizemore, I liked him.
Nix with Dee Wallace. We just had her on recently, and Ron knows Michael Pare for 40 years or something.
No, I know him about
50 years.
Over 50 years. I knew him when he was 21 and gorgeous. He was one of the handsomest men. No, when he was 21, he was breathtaking. Beautiful man. And I went somewhere with you to a Churchill event, and I'm talking to this man who I had no idea who he was, and it was Michael Pare. That's how much he had changed. He was just gorgeous when he was
and
young.
another big one that you did, Prey, with Ryan Felipe, Emil Hirsch, and Mina Suvari. That's a really big one too. How was it working with lions?
There were no actual lions on set. Yeah, we shot that all in California, and it doubled for Africa. But I'm proud of that one, and I got to work with Mina Suvari on that, and I've worked with her since then too, and she's become a friend. So again, I think a lot of these, for me, it's about the people I meet along the way. You never really know what the projects are going to be. I know what I'm doing at the time, but there's so much of it that doesn't have anything to do with me, and how they shoot it, and the editing, and the score, and everything that comes later. But yeah, Mina is the best. I love her so much.
I do too. She's fabulous. So what's more challenging as a makeup artist, making someone look beautiful or making someone terrifying?
I'm making them young.
Yeah, de-aging people is tough. It depends on the project, I guess. But I think it's always tough. No matter how big you go, you think it's going to get more organized on these bigger studio pictures, but that's not always the case. And they always sort of push the makeup effects until the end of the day. So there's always a lot of pressure. And look, I'm not delusional about what I do. I don't think I don't think my job is very important. I think it's the best job in the world. People like to tell me all the time on sets that they've got the best job, and it's like, no. I have the coolest job. Trust me. But listen, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. Nobody's life hangs in the balance because of what I do. But when you're in the bubble, I call it being in the bubble on set, and everybody's waiting for you to do the thing, and the blood has to hit the person just right and drip off their leg this way. There's a lot of pressure. So I think if you can keep your head and handle the swings, you can do very well. So that's the only tough part is, there's never enough time. There's never enough money. It always gets pressed down to the very, very last shot of the day, and we're losing the light, and you've got to get this shot, and we got to get it in one. But somehow we always get it.
There you go.
Now, do you know who Jane Russell was?
The name sounds familiar, Jane Russell.
Gentlemen Prefer Blondes with Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Jane was my best friend, and
Oh,
she had
wow.
macular degeneration. So I used to put on her eyelashes, her makeup, and her wig whenever we went someplace special. I used to make her look like Jane Russell because when she wasn't, she had gray hair, and luckily she had most of her makeup tattooed on. Her eyeliner was tattooed, her eyebrows, and her lipstick. So she came out of the pool still looking like Jane Russell. But when we went out, I did all the theatrical makeup to make her look young.
Sure.
I did all the tricks. I was a drag queen years ago, so I know the tricks to become a woman from a man. Oh, no, I realized I was a very beautiful woman. I impersonated Jane. That's how I got to meet her and become her best friend.
It's very cool stuff.
So
That's a great story. I love that.
I know what it is making up a famous movie star. It's a very big thrill because one time I was making her up and I thought to myself, just think, she was in Gentlemen for Blondes and you were 16. And you thought she was so beautiful. And here
Yeah.
she is in your house, in your chair, and you're making her up.
Oh, that's so nice.
Do you get a kick out of getting the opportunity to like for me, that's the whole reason why I started this show is so I would have an opportunity to meet all the people who were kind of like the people that I super loved, when I was young and stuff. Do you get a kick? I still get a kick out of it if we have if we go someplace and we meet somebody, he doesn't ever get excited. The only time he ever got excited ever was when he met Sister Sledge, because that Sister Sledge does "We Are Family," and he was so excited because that's like a gay anthem, and so
Sure, of course, yeah.
loved, so meeting her, because he knows everybody, he hung out with all these famous people from Jane Russell era, and he
Betty
knew everybody.
Davis. I mean,
He knew Betty Davis. He knew Elizabeth Taylor.
I wasn't the least bit excited when I met Betty or Elizabeth. I thought,
But he got excited for Sister Sledge. So
only because of what she meant to me music-wise, that when we were in a very bad stage of AIDS, where everybody was dying around me, and the only song we had, I'm gonna cry now, I get very emotional, was "We Are Family," and all the queens in the village, we used to all sing that when we walked in the streets in groups. We are family. We walk past all the gay bars and sing that. And that song to date reminds me of all the people who have died from AIDS, because
so wait, hold on.
We were family.
So do you get? Because I do get when I meet the '80s people, and I've met them because I've met everybody. We know a lot of people. We probably, in 18 years, we've done thousands of shows, and so we've met a lot of people, and it gets us invited to a lot of great places. Do you get excited? Like if I was going to go and work with, Ryan Felipe or Mina Suvari or something, that would excite me because they're in some of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, I agree. I do get excited. It's very exciting. I remember I ran into Ryan in an In-N-Out burger before we did that film. But I was already signed on to do. I was signed on to head up makeup effects. And everybody was like, "Do not talk to him. Do not say anything." But they're just people. It's okay. And I was very polite about it. But I said, "Hi, my name is Robert. I'm going to be head of special makeup effects on this." Back then, it was called Kalahari.
Okay.
Yeah, he was great. He was great. Actually, we met in In-N-Out long before we did the film together. But that was a huge thrill to get to work with him. It always is, and to get to work with Udo. was very, very special. Like you said, he's recently passed away now. And there's people that I regret that I'll never get to work with, like Wes Craven. That hurts me every day that I never got to meet him or work with him. And there's people that I'm dying to work with, like Paul Williams, or who's my dream? I'd love to work with Paul Williams. I really want to work. Don't tell me you've had him on the show.
He's going to be at my age. He's got to be 80 something.
Oh, he's still around. He's still kicking.
He looks really good too. He's like
he
you.
does.
He looks really good.
That's little Paul you're talking about.
Yeah. From Phantom of Paradise. That's your movie.
I'm gonna reach out to him again and see if we can get him because
it was all worth it.
I met him years and years ago with the actress. I don't remember, but I met him for a second somewhere in my life, and I just remember he was short and making a lot of jokes with the people he was with.
I love him.
He seems to be a happy-go-lucky guy.
He would be a superstar.
See, when I
person
was
to work
19 years old, my first movie as an extra was with Tab Hunter and Sophia Loren.
Oh, wow.
So I started off in the business with knowing the two of them.
Yeah.
Tab and I became friends forever until he passed away. And Sophia, I became friendly with on the set, but they kept throwing me off, telling me to leave her alone and get away from her.
But she liked him because he spoke Italian.
But she liked me because I told her my name was Rolando and I spoke Italian. So her very first words to me were, "Your Italian is as bad as my English. So how are we going to communicate?" And we did. And she got a kick out of me. And she was a young girl. She was only 26 years old. She couldn't speak a word of English. And she was very, very frightened of the set. She's very shy. And she was very frightened of being on that set because we were at a train station open to the public. And that frightened her, that people were watching, the shoot.
So I've got like 3 minutes left. Let's go. First of all, favorite monster. What's your favorite monster out of all the different horror movie monsters? Do you have a favorite?
The Wolfman, Lon Chaney Jr. Easy.
Oh, there you go.
Who?
That's a Wolfman, Lon Chaney Jr.
Really?
That's a good one. I love that. Favorite horror movie? Probably going to be American Werewolf in London.
Probably an American Werewolf in London. Not my favorite effects film. Everybody thinks it is, but my favorite horror film, American Werewolf in London.
What's your favorite effects film?
RoboCop.
Oh, really?
RoboCop. That's funny.
That's Peter Weller, right? Is RoboCop?
Peter Weller. Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Robo
I just
Team
reached out
did the
to him
effects
the other day.
That's so far from what you do.
It's a great movie, though. RoboCop's a
RoboCop.
great movie. I have.
Some of the best effects. The effects in RoboCop are so good. You can't tell half the time when you're looking at the real thing and when you're looking at a gag. There's Rob Bottin at the top of his game. I love RoboCop. That's my dream. I want to work with Ray Wise, who you guys may have met, but he's from
we know him.
Yeah, Twin Peaks, RoboCop, but I hear he has the best RoboCop story, so I'm dying to work with Ray Wise.
Oh no, that's cool. I have his email.
Don't tell me that.
I'll send it to you.
No, you can't do that.
He'd love it. I'm gonna I have to reach out to him because he said he would do the show.
You reach out to him and you tell him that you interviewed the world's largest Ray Wise
RoboCop.
fan. I adore that man.
I loved him from Jeepers Creepers too.
Oh yeah, of course.
His dad,
and the father, with the farm, of course.
Which I think is super cool. So you guys, you can follow Robert on Instagram. He's Robert Kern III, but he doesn't do the third. It's 3 I's on his Instagram.
Well, that's a third. Yeah, it's I. Roman numerals. Robert Kern III. That's me. The only reason I go by the third is because my father's a lawyer and he doesn't like it when people Google him and all these rubber monsters and fake blood come up. So he said, "You better, if you're gonna do this, you better go by the third." And yeah, check out Brute 1976, the uncensored version if you can find it. And I just have a new film called Rats, RATS ! That was in theaters for a bit and it just hit Shudder. So if you're looking for a wild horror comedy, Napoleon Dynamite on acid, check out Rats. I did all the blood and guts for it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna see something in Rats that you've never seen before on film.
I love it. And you guys, and hopefully we'll see you if you have a chance and you can get off, you go to Marcel's premiere next week. Either way, we want to thank you for coming on the show.
Yep.
Congratulations on all your wonderful work. I'm a big fan and I'd like to put you down because people come to me looking for people all the time. So now I'll say, hey, I know this guy and he does great special effects in case
You have him call me and we'll make something weird. I promise.
Absolutely. I love it. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, Robert.
Thank you guys.
Robert.
Keep making art.
Good
Thank you
show.
guys so much. Appreciate you.
Good show.
Bye-bye.
Robert. Thank
Hey,
you
you
for-
guys. So,
Thank you.
So we're going to play 2 videos before our next guest comes on. They're really short. The first one is the Nightcrawler series opening that we made. It's only 30-second song for our new AI show, The Nightcrawler. And it basically is all the credits for the show. But we put it out a week and a half ago and it got 1.5 million plays. So it's really cool. So we're going to play that first. It's 35 seconds. So check it out. Here's the opening credit created by Jennifer James for the Nightcrawler TV series. Enjoy. So the Nightcrawler, you guys, it's a TV series about a girl with a podcast who basically investigates supernatural things like Bigfoot and all those different kind of things. That's why the trailer shows you like zombies and the mummy and aliens and all that kind of like stuff, because that's what the show is about. And we put up our first episode 2 days ago. It's really short. I think you guys will dig it. Obviously, it gets better as it goes along because we have to get it established. But here is episode 1 of the Nightcrawler, brought to you by Jennifer James, Lady Lake Entertainment, me, and Ming Ballard, and Arcana AI, Arcana Labs AI, who we're working with to do all the AI effects. So enjoy, everybody. Check it out, the Nightcrawler series, episode 1.
Tell me again what we're doing running around the port of Los Angeles in the middle of the night?
That's what I thought. The guy in the police captain's uniform is Captain Sampson. Because of the walkouts, he is now second in command at the LAPD.
You know what this is about?
Who are those other guys?
Well, 2 of them are members of El Muerte, the worst gang in LA.
Yeah, I do. It's about your bank balance and how big you want it to be.
Hey, get some shots of this. What do you think I brought you along for?
Listen, I'm not even sure this is what I want to do with my life.
The coast is clear. Let's get these crates unloaded.
I'm just helping you out because you lost your stills guy.
Let's see what's inside.
Oh shit, there's enough firepower in that van to overthrow a small country. We need to get out of here now.
Stay right where you are! The boss will want to talk to you! Please give your boss our regrets, but I don't think we'll be able to join him this evening.
Come on, we have to keep moving.
Unbedingt!
What was that?
That was a little something I learned in demolition school.
You went to demolition school?
That was a long time ago. Did you get the shots?
Of course I did.
Good girl!
All right, everybody. So that's episode 1. It gets better as it goes along. It's really a lot of fun. It's called The Nightcrawler. You can follow us at Nightcrawler TV series. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and we have a YouTube channel. And the next episode comes out in 2 weeks because we're alternating weeks. So next week, a new Mothman episode will come out, and the following week, a new Nightcrawler episode will come out. And it's a lot of fun. We're having a really good time with it. So hope you guys like it too. There. What'd you think? They look pretty good, right? The people are good looking.
Well, I had to ask you who was real and who was fake. I can't tell the difference. I think now you never need to hire an actor again or film crew. If you could do this, however you do this, I don't know how you do this.
Well,
but
one of the things that we've learned that we could do, we could take a video camera and take a video of you, let's say, with a tennis racket. We could have you swatting at something, and we could turn you into a monster in a costume, and put an axe in their hand.
There goes theater.
And so I think it's all very fun. I think you guys are going to dig it. Also, you guys, I have an AI, which I'm going to explain more in another time once I get it all figured out. But I have an agent, a talent agent for AI, to use my image in things, because I'm not an actor, so I don't care if people use my image, and I want to make money. And if it seems like it's a really good thing, I'll let everybody know, and they can join up and get paid to be in things. So we'll have to see how the whole thing goes. Anyway.
Could use my image so I don't have to get up early and drive to LA to go to work.
Well, everybody's not going to be using AI. What's really going to happen is people are going to use real people for their movies, but they're going to blow up the buildings and make the plane crashes and all that stuff in AI.
That's
what's going to happen.
As long as you don't not have an actor.
Yes, but it's great. And so it's all really good. So anyway, I hope you guys liked it, and please follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. All right, we're going to bring on our guest. You ready?
Ready.
All right, let's go.
Hello, hello.
Yay, we can hear you right off the bat. I'm so excited.
Oh, no, another star. Can I take this? Am I going to throw up from
Jimmy Star and Ray Ray Star?
Oh, I'm going to throw up from the star.
You're Ron Russell Star.
What the hell I am.
Hey, you guys, now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, rock star psychic Ray Ray Star. We had him on a couple of weeks ago. Well, actually, like about 6 weeks ago, I think, but we had a bad connection and we had trouble hearing him. So now we get to go back and do it again.
That's because he was so powerful. His psychic abilities and fucked up all the
knocked everything
up. Everything up. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because the dead people came in and they broke the wires.
Yeah, you never know. So Ray Ray, real quick, you know Ron already. Say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing?
Hello, Ray. How have you been for a couple of weeks?
Well, when I'm not causing power outages and Zoom connection failures.
I love it.
Yeah.
So something new.
You know what? Half of the audiences are going to believe that shit.
That's okay. Let them believe it.
That's right.
Power outages.
That's right.
Hey, we should make a comic book. You could be like the psychic superhero, doing all that stuff. That would be funny.
You could put all the lights out in New York again, like years ago when New York went dark.
Yeah, that would be fun, actually. I think that just sounds fun. Yeah. So something big has happened for Ray Ray since he was on the show last, you guys. Not talking about his psychic stuff, which you can follow him on Instagram at Ray Ray Star with a number 1, and his website is rayraystar.com. But he got nominated for a Josie Music Awards Song of the Year for rock artist for a song called Ashes Next Door. So congratulations.
What's it called?
Ashes Next Door.
Ashes Next Door.
And the Josie Music Awards is the largest independent music, award show that there is. It takes place in Nashville at the Grand Ole Opry, and so this time we'll go back to your psychic stuff. Let's talk a little music stuff since we didn't get to do that last time.
Fair enough.
Here, Ashes Next Door.
No, we're gonna play a different one. Back from the Ashes. We're gonna play later on in a little bit.
Well, he's got a thing for ashes, this guy.
Yes.
You see where this whole thing's going, right? Dead people, power outages, ashes. There's a theme here.
I love it. So tell us a little bit. So here's what I have written down. Let's see. Guitarist, record producer, executive producer, entertainer, psychic, built a career on stage and behind the scenes. Who are some of your early music influences?
Ooh. Oh, hands down, The Who is probably the biggest influence on my life when it came to rock and roll. The minute I saw,
The
Pete,
Who.
yeah, when I saw Pete Townsend take a guitar and smash it on stage and just go all rock star, I just thought that was the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, I got to do that. But I still, I get too attached to my guitars. I haven't busted any. but that being said,
hear of a group called Country Joe and the Fish?
oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
That was the group that was big when I was young.
very cool.
Country Joe and the Fish. Could you imagine?
Have you really heard of it, or did you just say that?
No, I actually have heard of that. I have heard of that.
No, he was a good. He was great.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
very-
no.
Country Joe and the Fish. I'm not
Yeah.
kidding. That was the name of the group.
Yeah.
When I was young, that's what we danced to.
I love that. I think that I don't think anybody's ever come on and picked the Who, even though I did. I was a big fan of Tommy.
Yeah,
when
I
was a
love the
kid.
movie.
Tommy.
Oh, the
Pinball
movie,
Wizard
yeah.
and all that stuff. That's the Who, right? That did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big deal for
The
me.
pinball nut.
The Pinball Wizard. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a pinball wizard. Yeah, that was actually very cool. I didn't expect you to pick them though. Okay, give us one other influence.
Well, I
Give us
mean,
one.
I'm not a great pinball player, but I am deaf, dumb, and blind. So
Deaf, dumb, and blind.
yeah,
Sure plays a mean pinball. I love it.
yeah.
So
and Margaret did a good job in that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. You never saw Tommy?
I did see Tommy. Absolutely.
I don't even remember it really.
And Margaret, she had those tits that were like torpedoes. A bra. Back in those days, bras were all seams and they were pointy. So
Yeah.
when women put their boobs in the bra became the rocket. And they all looked
nice.
like they had torpedoes. So if you fell on one, you get killed. You get plummeted. But anyway, and
Yeah.
Margaret was very hot in that movie.
Oh, absolutely.
She's hot all the time. But in that movie especially, it's a good movie. I wish they put it on. I'd like to watch it again.
Actually, I forgot
The
about
music
it.
was fabulous.
Yeah, it was such a cool thing.
How did you decide you were going to be a musician?
So I was 3 or 4 years old. Didn't know a damn thing about music because I'm small as
3 or
can
4
be.
years old.
Yeah, but it was I grew up pretty poor, and we had this crappy TV that had one channel, with the tinfoil and the Jiffy Pop
Yeah.
kind of thing working as an antenna there, and it was obviously not my generation, but it was showing I don't know what the year was. I have no idea, but it was the Kinks playing live at some festival
Oh wow.
in Europe, and there was over 100,000 people there. And I pointed at the screen, I pointed back at my old man, I pointed at the screen again. I go, that's what I want to be when I grow up. And I had no idea what the hell, because I don't come from a musical family at all. Like, I don't know how they missed the entire boat on that, but like, that's where I got dropped off. A fucking stork, I still got a beef with that son of a bitch, but whatever. That's another story. But that's where I ended up. So
All right. Where did you grow up? You grew up in Canada though, right? Or no?
I did. Yeah. I grew up in,
Oh yeah, he said yeah. That Canadian just came out.
I get that a lot. I don't hear it, but apparently you guys do,
You got to get him to say about.
That's back east thing. I think everything's about normal,
Canada,
right?
they
But-
say about.
yeah, but that's back east. That's back east. 100%. Yeah.
You have to hang with me. You'll learn to speak proper English.
Yeah, right. yeah, right. So I actually wrote down too that in your music career, you've done collaborations with Zach Wilde and Bono. I actually met Zach Wilde at the Dance Star Music Awards or whatever, or some music awards show in South Beach a long time ago. You played in a bunch of bands: 3-9, Line 2, Car Train, Falling for Scarlet, Super Chief, Death and Sons, Dinah Electric Orchestra, Box Filler, Chelsea Charlton, Gastown Riots, Cats Gone, Lethal Virus, and Progressive Youth. That's a lot of bands.
Yeah. I like to jump around a lot, I guess.
Well, then I
Always-
also wrote that you shared the stage with Green Day, Face to Face, Circle Jerks, and Lagwagon. Isn't Face to Face Rod Stewart?
No, that's the Faces. That's the
Oh,
Faces.
okay.
That's Rod Stewart's the Faces.
The
No,
Circle
Face to-
Jerks were a big band in Gainesville when I went to college. At the
Circle
University-
Jerk.
Yeah, the Circle
Oh,
Jerks.
yeah.
They were a huge punk band when I was like in school.
Yeah, it was
They used to play
pretty
every-
awesome. Pretty awesome to get to play stage with them. You know, like I was still pretty young, and you know, in punk rock days, they were idols. You know, so to get to share the stage with them was pretty cool. You know.
I love that. I think that's
Yeah.
just way cool.
Yeah.
Yes, they were called the Circle Jerks.
So in my day, that's what a circle jerk was.
But I love it. I think it's like cool. So do you ever, when you're writing your songs, do you ever throw away songs that you thought were really good at first, and then you're like, fuck it, I don't like this one anymore? Or do you?
I got hard drives full of that stuff. I got absolute hard drives full of it. How did Diane Warren say it? You know, for every 100 pieces of shit, you go a piece of gold. You know.
Yes,
And I think I upped that number, but you know, it's just full of stuff. You know, and of course, typical in musician fashion, ADD brain at its finest. You know, like I'm a great starter and a crappy finisher. So I got like I said, hard drives and hard drives full of half done songs. You know, I'll get to it one day, and then of course I probably
don't.
won't. No,
You do
No.
another one. Actually, you know, Eileen's really good friends with Diane Warren.
yeah, that's what she was telling me.
Eileen, and we had on our show Desmond Child, who's like one of my favorite like songwriters, is Desmond Child, and we had him on the show. It was like such a
Cool.
big deal for me, just because I like him so much.
Yeah.
So, is there one song that you've written that you wish more people would discover? And if so, what is it? So that way, maybe people will discover it.
Ashes Next Door.
Yeah. There you go.
So you can make some
yeah.
money.
Right? Hey, $20 is $20. So well, actually that 3-9 line, that was a passion project. It was never meant to be a big success project. It was just harken back to the 70s and a bunch of kind of music that I like to play, you know, and grew up with. But it's a really crappy recording. Everything was put into it. Just everything was done in-house. There was no big machine behind it or nothing. It was just creative freedom, you know. And I'm really proud of the music we created. You know, we only put out we did one song that was a little more polished, but the 3-song EP was just bargain basement, and I'm really proud of the music we made.
Can people still find that now? Like 3-9 line? Is it a place like? Is it on?
Yeah,
like
they can
Apple,
just
iTunes or anything?
yeah, they can find it there, or you know, at like a pawn and vacuum shop, maybe in the back. Yeah,
But I love it.
yeah.
Do you have a favorite song, or like let's say what's one song that's ever been released that you would be like, oh my god, I wish I would have written that song?
Oh my god. Mm. Ooh. Okay, so there's so many here, but like, okay,
Give me a couple. Give me a couple so we get an idea of the kind of songs you like.
okay, The Wizard, Black Sabbath. Well,
So you really like that fucking hardcore, like that's like heavy duty rock.
yeah, I guess. And you know, like what's that? Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who. I think that's a brilliant song. On Time by Queen. Probably
that's
the
a good
best
one.
rock song that's ever been done, as far as my
Yeah, that's a good one. I actually like that one a lot. I like Paint It Black. I don't know. I like more of the mellow stuff than the really hard rock stuff. Except for some, but I like some of the current stuff. I used to like the screamo music when they would like be screaming. I can't even remember the name of the bands now, but I used to listen to it all the time on my iPod. Like it would only be like all the screamo music, and I thought that shit was awesome. And I like more mellow stuff. Like I like Dashboard Confessional. Have you ever heard of Dashboard Confessional?
Yeah, but I never really listened to them, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it wouldn't be rock. It wouldn't be rocky enough for you. 'Cause
So
it's-
I don't think you would sit and listen to Johnny Mathis singing Chances Are.
Ironically, though, if you saw what was on my Apple Music playlist, you'd be quite surprised. Like even though my whole genre is rock and roll, I'm a closet funk fan. You know, I love 70s funk.
What's funk?
Oh, well,
Parliament? No.
Oh yeah, I like Parliament, but you know who's actually my absolute favorite is, if you can find it, is Rasputin Stash. Absolutely freaking love them. They put out, I think, one album in France, and they broke up. And actually, I'm trying to remember, there was some rapper that sampled it not long ago, which kind of broke my heart a little bit, because I'm like, it was kind of like this little hidden gem that not a lot of people knew about. And if you get a chance, I highly, highly recommend it. It's great.
Oh, just real quick in the chat room, Stefan wrote that Tommy by The Who is free on YouTube with ads. You can watch it with ads. So there you go. You gotta love it. So tell us a little bit about what song did I say we were going to play? Back from the Ashes. Tell us a little bit about the song, because I want people to hear what you. Because last time you were on, people didn't get to hear what you sound like, and you don't sound like anybody. You're very, very.
No, I want to hear Ashes Next Door. That one.
We can't play that one. We're playing Back from the Ashes.
Why can't we play
because I didn't load that one up. I loaded this one.
Tell me about that.
No, this Ashes.
No.
Back from the Ashes has. Wait. I have to tell you why. Back from the Ashes has a music video, and Ashes Next Door does not. That's why.
No. Back from the Ashes doesn't.
It doesn't.
Just give me the storyline.
Oh, Ashes Next Door is a great storyline. So,
what? A dead body was burnt next door?
Yeah. Well, so what happened? I was living in this place, and there was this woman living next door to me. She was in her 70s, and she was a raging alcoholic, and she was she was on 30 mils of methadone, and she would always say to me, "Ray, I'm down to 30 mils." I'm like, and you got to understand, I knew her for a very, very long time. And so years and years gone by, but she was always coming down to 30 mils. And, you know, her car would be in the underground, brand new car with the doors wide open, car running, and she just wander off, you know, or hit things in the underground. And I mean, I loved her to pieces. She was an old stripper from back in the day. And I tried to take her once to an AA meeting, and quote unquote, she just looked at me. She goes, "Fuck, Ray, this shit isn't for me. I'm good." You know, so you can get where I'm going with this whole movie here. And so anyway, it was a Saturday morning, and I always go to the gym at the same time. On a Saturday, I usually like to go at 10 in the morning. But for whatever reason, I was feeling lazy. I wasn't into it. And I never wear my shoes in my apartment. But that day, for whatever freaking reason, I'm wearing my shoes. I'm just sitting on the couch. I'm playing my guitar. And all of a sudden, the fire alarm starts going off. And I'm like, well, you know, this fucking assholes. I'm like, it's Saturday. They'd always test the fire alarms at stupid times, right? So I didn't think anything of it, right? And a couple doors down, there's a buddy of mine. He's a steroid monkey there. And I'm just playing away, and it's all of a sudden it gets a banging on the door, and it's like, Ray, and I open it. I'm like, what the fuck's your problem, right? And he's all, the fucking building's on fire, we gotta go. And he grabs me, and I look in the hallway, and it's like, it was like an episode of Backdraft. It was just like, the whole freaking hallway's engulfed in flames, right?
Oh,
and
wow.
he grabs me by the chest, and he's like, we gotta go. And we start running down the hallway and down the stairs, and then we're halfway down the stairs, and I'm like, son of a bitch, my guitars. So I run back in, and I managed to grab my number 1 and my number 2 guitar. And here we are standing on the street. The building's, it's an old building, so it lit up like a Christmas tree, you know, very quickly. And what happened is that woman there, she fell asleep with a dart in her mouth because she was shit-faced already at 10 a.m. And she had one of those breathing apparatuses, you know. And I guess with the fire and that, it lit up like a rocket, and it blasted right through the fucking wall. It was a sight to behold. And you know, I'm grateful for the fire department. I'm surprised how quickly they got there. But anyway, short story long is they brought in the fire truck, they put up the ladder, they yoink her out of there, to get her out on a stretcher. And here's this woman in her 70s, and she's butt frickin' naked and not a hair left on her body, right? And me being the fool that I am, curiosity kills the cat. So I'm like, I go up to the stretcher, you know, like holy shit, like, and she's smoking like a fucking hot dog that just came out of the fire, you know what I mean? And yeah. And so I get about like, I don't know, maybe 4 feet from her, right? And I lean in and I'm like, what the fuck, right? I'm looking, and all of a sudden she's like, and she gets up like, holy shit. And I must have jumped, I'm not kidding you, 20 feet in the fucking air. Like it scared the living shit out of me. Anyway, they brought a helicopter down because she's so burnt to a crisp. They got to get her off to, there's a pretty big hospital where I live, but I guess one it's a little more specialized for this kind of stuff. To bring the helicopter down, and of course she never got on the helicopter. She died before they got on the helicopter there. And so, short story long is I wrote a song about it. That's what the song is about.
I think it's cool
So
as
she's
shit.
the ashes
So she's
next
the
door.
ashes next
She's
door.
the ashes next door.
The
Yeah.
story is great.
Well, so then they offered me to come back to live in that building, and it took 2 years to fix up that building. And I went by there at about 7 o'clock at night, and I looked up at the window, and I'm like, not a fucking chance, because that woman's still in there. She's in there, and I could see her, and she would always come knocking on my door, and she'd always blame everyone. The whole world's at fault, right? It's never her. So I know that if I moved in there, I would never sleep a wink because this bitch would be knocking on my door all the time. You know what they fucking did now? I'm like, it's that kind of thing. So I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Actually, when you go looking for a place to live,
Yeah.
when you go looking for a place to live, do you like check it out to see if it's got like psychic shit that's gonna freak you out living there?
100%. So
leave it alone?
I moved into this new building. This is where it gets really messed up. So I move in this new building. It's brand new, right? I'm like, it's not like a year old, right? I'm like, perfect. There's no bad mojo here, right? I went through it pretty clear before I went in. I move into the place. I'm living here 2 months, guys. 2 freaking months. And it's a Saturday, and I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Again, I'm just moping around the house. I'm not doing anything, And I got these big windows, like, so I don't know how I missed this. I have no idea. And this is a sad story. I'm not saying this to be funny. It's kind of sad, but like, this was 2 weeks ago. The woman 3 floors above me, decided she wanted to learn how to fly and jumped out of the window. Yeah. And so, of course, when this happened, the first, I called up my mom to tell her what happened. And she says, what the fuck is with you? Everywhere you move, women like to kill themselves. So I'm like, I don't know, man. If you're a little older and you're a woman, you shouldn't live in a building with me. I think that's not in your best interest.
I think that's hilarious, though. It's not hilarious, but it is hilarious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So wait,
There's comedy and tragedy.
That's right. There's comedy.
Yes.
So what is so Back from the Ashes? Give us a quick synopsis of it, because we're gonna play that one.
Okay, so Back from the Ashes is I'm in recovery. I got 17 years clean and sober, and I've thank you, but that's not my doing. I mean, it's all the wonderful, amazing, supportive people around me that's kind of helped me through all that. You know what I mean? I couldn't have done
Just
it all.
tell the people out there how much better it is to be sober, that being high is not the answer. Tell people, because I'm sure there are people that are listening to this show right now who have addiction.
Oh yeah, it's all I can tell you is I'd take a bullet at this point. I'd take a bullet in the head before I ever touched anything ever again.
Good for you.
It's it always starts off fun, but it sure doesn't end that way, and in the everything that comes along with it, the self-abuse, the negative self-thinking, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know an addict or an alcoholic that hasn't had some tragedy in their life, you know what I mean? And all you're doing is trying to put a Band-Aid on a big fucking gaping wound. And that never pans out yet. And everyone will hide behind it. And I used to too, thinking, I don't need anything, and I got this all figured out, and look how great I am, and I've dealt with everything. And the reality is I hadn't, right? And my addiction, I started in the nice part of town, and in the end I ended up in the poopy part of town, living in a cardboard condo. So like that's the reality of my addiction, where it took me. It took years to get there, but I got there. And it doesn't matter. You don't have to end up homeless to hit a bottom. It's just you know when you've hit your bottom, and it's different for everybody, you know. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but at the same time, I'm grateful I had that bottom, because if I didn't have it, I would have never turned my life around. So
there you go. So Back from the Ashes has to do with that then.
Yeah. So basically, there's lots of songs out there about addiction and stuff like that, but I realized there's no song for like addicts don't have a theme song. You know what I mean? So I wanted to write a song for like, hey, you know what? Like I've seen the most incredible things in my life in recovery, you know, like, you know, not to get into too many, but you know, like a guy that I know that was homeless for 18 years, eating out of dumpsters, living in an alley for 18 years, complete psychosis, mental health. They basically told him that he's going to be perma special, if you get my drift. You know what I mean? Like he's done. And with a lot of rehabilitation and stuff like that, short story long is after being, if I didn't see it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it. But as 10 years of him being sober, and this is a guy, you got to remember, this guy lived like hard life for 20 years on the street,
yes.
You know, and he went and bought a house for $2 million.
Good for him.
Yeah. I mean, so that's why I tried to talk about it. I know, you know, technically, when it comes to recovery, they always say it's anonymity and you shouldn't be talking about it in public spaces and stuff like that. But I think it's different, and I feel the world has changed a little bit. And if people can see, hey, if a train wreck like Ray can turn his life around, maybe I can too. You know what I mean?
I think so too. I agree with that.
About it. Yeah.
So that's what Back from the Ashes is about then.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you know what? You can bounce back, and you will bounce back, you know, and we're not all garbage, because, you know, you look out at the street and you see all these homeless people and stuff like that. And the natural response is like, you know, get a job or do something or just go away. You know, like, you know, it's crazy how people look down on these people. And the sad thing is that someone's brother, sister, mother, whatever, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's why I decided to write a song for them.
All right, so we're gonna play it. We're gonna actually play it for everybody. So you and
are we allowed? They're not gonna kick us
No,
off?
they're not gonna kick us off, I don't think, for this. So we're gonna play the one that says Back from the Ashes, Ray Star. Ray, you introduce it and then hang on. We'll be back as soon as it finishes playing.
Okay, sounds good. Introduce it?
Yeah, introduce it.
Okay, this is Back from the Ashes by me, Ray Star, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I did writing it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Back
Yay! So
Whoa.
that's back from the ashes. The guitar work is sick.
How come you
Thank
don't
you.
have a video?
I thought I had a video. I thought I sent the wrong thing.
Do you have a video of that
I don't
song?
have a video. No.
We have to make you an AI video of that song.
Yeah, maybe that'd be a good idea.
We'll make you look 19.
So I hear like a lot of different kind of like influences in your music. You got some killer voice.
Yeah.
You know, I talked to you earlier today and you were like taking a voice lesson, but like you have
no,
a
hold on that song. No. On that song, that's not me singing. That's Eldon.
Oh,
Reed.
that's not you singing.
No,
Okay.
that's not on that song.
You're
On
guitaring.
the other song, yeah. This one is Eldon Reese. Yeah. So
Okay, so
yeah.
because it
It's
was very
monster singer.
The monster sing. Can you sing like that?
No. If I could, he wouldn't be hired. Yeah, no.
That was sick.
Yeah, he's got the pipes for sure.
And I think a lot of your music in general reminds me of, because I've listened to a whole bunch of your music. I hear a lot of like, I don't know, and I don't know if this is going to be, you might not like these comparisons, but like for me, like I hear like I'm a big Lenny Kravitz. I hear like Lenny Kravitz,
Nice.
and I hear like Motley Crue a little bit in there, and even with some of the like guitar riffs and stuff, a little Aerosmith even in that.
I'll take that. Sure, absolutely.
So I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that you're like a super freaking like talent.
And if you really listen, you can hear Johnny Mathis in the background.
Of course, that he's the bane of my existence.
Ron loves Johnny
I
Mathis.
love him. I've met him 3 times, and he's a lovely man. The
Oh, cool.
kindest, sweetest, most gentle man. You know who he is, of course.
I
don't you?
do. I do.
And I love him. He's a lovely person.
Very
And that's
cool.
why his music is so beautiful, because he's a beautiful person. So when he sings with love, because he's full of love. What a nice guy.
You know, too, your music would be good in horror movies.
No, it wouldn't. It's good to go to get high.
He likes horror movies.
Yeah, but people that go
Horror.
Oh, okay. He's going to say that he's going to agree with you. Horror. I say horror.
No, he said, listen, he offends more women because he said, now, ladies and gentlemen, the queen of whore is coming on our show. And one woman said, what? I'm a whore? He said, no, horror. The poor bitch thought he said she was a
Do you have a
whore.
favorite horror
Called her a
movie?
whore.
Do you have a favorite? You say horror. Say it.
Horror. What did I say? Horror movie.
No, you got to
Horror.
listen.
Yeah, I guess
York-
I'm saying it wrong.
New York City was before any other part of the country. When New
Yeah.
York was a thriving city, the rest of America was a desert. Nothing. Farms. Stupid people. So when we speak the real English. You guys have a distorted shit. Not you, but the Midwesterners in the California. Look, jog and water. We don't say water and jog. We pronounce it correctly. Dog and water. Water and dog.
Yeah, but that's how I talk
So
too.
we speak English. We speak English.
Do you like horror movies?
Horror. It's not horror. It's horror.
Horror. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite horror movie?
Going back in time a little bit. Well, I mean, obviously the classics, like Exorcist and stuff. But Damien, the first Damien, the opening scene, still this day scares the shit out of me. I think it was just brilliant.
It's great.
Mhm.
I'm actually friends with the guy who played Damien in the original Omen as the little
No
kid.
way.
Yeah. He's been on our show, actually. He's been on our show.
Very cool.
He was really cool. I spent a weekend at a convention hanging out with him. We had a really good time. So I think it's
But do you
fun.
realize, Ray, all the years we're on, 14 years, 18 years.
Wow.
18 years, we do 4 shows a month, 2 hours each show, 2 guests. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8
8
guests
people.
a month.
It's 400 a year.
I can't go anymore.
400 a year for 18 years is
Wow.
a lot.
So we're bound to have a lot of interesting people, don't you think?
Sooner or later.
Like you.
Sooner or later.
Like you. I like you. You're funny. I enjoy you. You're funny.
You're like a cold sore. I know. I get it.
No, some of our guests are boring. They're so fucking boring. I can't stay awake when I'm doing an interview.
Oh,
but
shit.
No, it's nice to have a guy like you because I have a good time. I enjoy my show. If
Yeah.
I don't enjoy my show, those 2 hours are so fucking long.
Which you guys can go to RayRayStar.com, and if you want to go to RayRayStar.com, he has a little button on there. If you want to do psychic readings, tell us a little bit
Yeah,
about.
let's talk psychic. I
He
love
likes
that
the
shit.
psychic.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about it. First of all, like what are they? They can go to your website and they can contact you. And,
Yep, and book me for a reading. Half an hour reading or whatever you need there. And it's something that kind of grew into something that I never chose it. It chose me, as most psychics I will agree. It's the same story for them. We all had experiences. At least for me, actually, no, that's not. For most people I know, it happened when they were young. Certain things would start happening and seeing things and what have you. And like in my story, I didn't know how to control it, and it made me batshit crazy. To be quite honest with you, for quite a while, I couldn't go into packed areas when I was a kid and stuff like that. They thought I had anxiety and stuff, but in the fact of reality was I was hearing everybody's freaking voices, their thoughts, and it was driving me bananas. You know what I mean? Luckily, I learned to shut it off, but just because I didn't want to have it, you know what I mean? And I pushed it away as much as I humanly could. And it did help a bit, but as you know, like, it's like, that's asking an elephant to stop being an elephant. You know what I mean? Like you're an elephant.
Right. That's a good analogy,
But
actually.
I don't call psychic because that word scares people. I say intuition. We all have intuition, and that's what being psychic is having intuition.
Yeah.
And some of us can see it greater than others. So when you talk to people, in order not to frighten them, you say, well, I have intuition, and my intuition is that your wife is a whore and she's out banging in their neighborhood.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that person's going to come back?
No, you got to deliver it with the, there's nothing worse than having to deliver that kind of message. But the fact of the matter is, it happens more than you know. And
how do you be tactful? You have to be really tactful.
Always.
Well, you wear a condom. No. No, you always try to see the positive side of things too, right? Just my own story there for a second, with my place burning down, writing that song, and now things are happening with that song. That would have never happened if I didn't lose all my shit and have my place burnt down. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's a reason everything happens, right? When someone's taken out of your life, I believe the universe is taking out the trash for you. You know what I mean? Because you can't see it yourself. So, there's always a positive to every negative, no matter how bad the negative is, right? And one thing that I learned when it comes to psychic people, I mean, yes, you're right. Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more, Ron. Everybody on this planet's got intuition. However, the best psychics I know have had some real fucking tragedy happen to them somewhere in their life. Something got fucked up. And when that happened, it got woken up like times 10. And if you remember, like when you watch, like Stanley Kubrick touched on this stuff, there was an actual government program, where, like that famous scene where they held his eyes open and just kept showing him tragic thing after tragic thing and dropping water drops. So
we're friends with Malcolm McDowell.
No shit.
Yeah, he's been on.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh my God, what a legend!
We saw him socially at an event.
Yeah, we've seen.
Come on, man.
When I was a clothing designer, I dressed him a bunch of times and stuff. So we're really, and I'm good friends with his manager. Yeah, so he's the coolest guy ever. Matter of fact, I have in my collection.
Very nice.
I have a head of the Malcolm McDowell's character in A Clockwork Orange. It's a ceramic head. No, not just like it's just like a little statue of his head. And Malcolm McDowell autographed it for me and gave it to me as a gift.
Oh,
and I also have
that's awesome, man.
What's the guy's name in the movie? I forgot.
Anyway,
I have patches that you would sew on jackets and stuff of his character.
That's brilliant.
Someplace, I don't know where, but yeah. So we know Malcolm McDowell, and Clockwork Orange is like one of the greatest films ever.
100%. That is number one in my life. That you can't go any higher. That's a perfect film to me. You know.
Oh, that's awesome. I also
I
have.
remember when that movie came out, everybody went to see it, and they thought it was the most outrageously stupid, makes no sense. They said
I loved
it was just crazy shit, and now it's a cult film and it's a classic.
And you know, they've done other movies
so
like
ahead of
that.
its time.
There's another movie that's got Katie Holmes and James Marsworth and stuff. I forgot the name of it now, but they do the same thing. It's basically like A Clockwork Orange, where they try to get all the bad kids, you know, to do that. They do that with the eyes. It's a really good movie. I have to think of the name of it, but I think A Clockwork Orange though is one of the greatest, like, you know, movies ever. It's so cool.
I think the people were upset with the fact that the costumes had a cup with the crotches.
If we know that
And
he's going to be at an
people
event that
thought
we
wa-
go to, I'll invite
People
you.
just thought that was disgusting and whatever. You know, back in those days, everybody was a prude. I'm talking.
Yeah, but didn't they also didn't Deep Throat come out around that time too? You know, so
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
Disturbing Behavior. It's called Disturbing Behavior.
Okay, I'm writing that down.
You got to watch it. It's a really cool movie.
I need something
love
new
it.
to watch.
Yeah, it's a
Disturbing
really
Behavior.
good one. Disturbing Behavior, and it's basically, you know, it's a really good movie. You'll like it. It's not as good as A Clockwork Orange because that's a classic. I even have several. Alex, his name is Alex in the movie.
Alex, that's
I
exact.
have,
Yeah.
I have several like one of a kind action figures of him from it.
Very cool, man.
So that's like my shit. But we have 2 minutes left. So you guys, this is Ray Star. Follow him on Instagram at Ray Star with the number 1. RayRayStar.com if you want to get a reading or listen to his music. He's also got merchandise and T-shirts and all kinds of stuff that you can get from there. Put out good vibes so he can win a Josie Award, you guys, for Rock Artist Song of the Year for Ashes Next Door.
And buy Ashes Next Door.
And yes, and buy
don't highway robbery it. Buy it.
There you go. Buy it. And you got 1 minute. Anything else you want to add to it that we should?
Yeah, just real quick. I'm a proud supporter of Music Cares. So of course, any of the proceeds that go, you know, if you go and buy some merch there, there's obviously Ray Star merch, but there's also recovery merch as well. And the proceeds, part of the proceeds goes towards Music Cares because they have great programs to help addicts get off the street and stuff like that. For musicians, like no questions asked, they just pay for it. So it's something I really get behind. So go get yourself some cool merch, help yourself look cool, and make a difference. So
there you go. I love it.
Hey Ray, come back again.
thanks, man. I will
Hey,
for sure,
had a good
guys.
time. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Ray. Good luck
bet.
with everything. We'll talk to you soon. Everybody, thanks for tuning in to the Jimmy Star Show
Take
with
care,
Ron Russell.
babe.
And we'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Have a good night.
This is MC Alfie and Ozzy Star. I'm just chilling, Jimmy Star, yo, sitting down and designing. Where every man them are thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your one I wanna be. Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out.